God of War vs. Devil May Cry. Two sons of Sparta from two legendary franchises. One with old man hair and one with no hair at all. Today we're comparing God of War 1 and Devil May Cry 1 because I just beat this game and it was batshit insane. God of War opens on a man who is trying to get out of the franchise before it even starts. Devil May Cry opens on a guy shooting a motorcycle for a long time. He's still shooting it. Two very different vibes, but equally interesting. Let's start with the basics. Dante has a big two-handed sword, while Kratos has two one-handed blades. Dante walks like a Resident Evil character from the early 2000s, where turning your body was basically illegal. Kratos feels like Crash Bandicoot in comparison, very smooth movement. Kratos can double jump, you know, get a little bit higher, maybe reach a ledge that was just out of reach. Dante can exit orbit. The camera can't even track him, brother. He's gone. Forget about him. Kratos can roll in any direction with a tap of the right stick. Dante can roll left or right if you hold down the right bumper and then solve a math problem. I'm kidding, but I'm kind of not. Everything in DMC is a little more precise and intentional, and punishing. Yeah, I get my ass beat a lot. There's also no block button, which I use all the time in God of War. It's like my favorite thing, next to putting my blade in this guy's mouth. Huh? Dante plays much more like a fighting game character with directional inputs for certain moves, and generally only fights 1 to 2 enemies at a time, whereas Kratos fights, everyone and plays like the guy from Prototype. Some of my favorite things to use in God of War are the magic abilities. They fit in so well with the Greek setting and highlight just how powerful Kratos is, even before you know about his special lineage. It would be pretty hard to think of a system that's cooler than that. But then again, Dante has a fucking grenade launcher. Oh yeah, cool lightning bolts, dude. This guy is strapped up. 2 pistols? Akimbo style? On an island? You dirty dog. You can also get a shotgun, a needler for, underwater segments? What? Why does every game do this? Kratos, get out of the water, so help me God, I will make you play Betrayal, you bald bastard. And there's also what looks to be an alien from the franchise Alien, or Aliens, I don't know. It's the age-old question that men have been debating for eons. Guns or magic? I believe it was George Washington that said, "I could never trust a man who can summon ghosts. That's so scary. And also, fuck the British." Dude, I'm pretty sure he really said that. The final difference between these two legends is their ultimate abilities. Kratos can enter Rage of the Gods, a secret aura farming technique, very effective, which gives him new moves, increased damage, survivability, and, when powered up, unlimited magic for its duration. It takes a while to build up Rage of the Gods, many fights in fact, but it is a huge payoff. Dante can enter Devil Trigger mode, where he transforms into the worst version of himself. What? It's not me? What the fuck? One that is willing to beat the absolute shit out of anyone for any reason. He gets new moves and is very powerful, but it lasts for a pretty short time before needing to be recharged. It's not quite as strong as Rage of the Gods, but it doesn't need to be because you can get it back almost instantly. In fact, you can play most of the game in Devil Trigger mode, and it's pretty awesome. While GOW clearly took a lot of inspiration from DMC, I'm sorry, dude, I feel stupid saying the acronyms like that. I'll get over it, probably. While GOW clearly took a lot of inspiration from DMC for the combat, the actual structure of the game is very different. Kratos' journey is basically always a straight line, even when it loops back around to places you've already been. You can and should look around because there's like a billion chests to find that give you red orbs or stat upgrades, but the game is by no means open for exploration. It is a long series of fights in small areas that's only interrupted by the occasional cutscene, which are always absolutely unhinged. DMC, on the other hand, is mission-based, with 24 missions exploring every nook and cranny of this creepy-ass castle. And this place is fucking huge. A single mission might take you through 15 rooms, jumping on top of planes and jumping through holes, and just a lot of jumping. It's a lot of jumping. But you can backtrack in this game, like all the time. And in some missions, you have to backtrack, like way far. I got lost a lot because it's not always clear where you're supposed to go, especially when your mission objective is written like Kingdom Hearts dialogue. Display one's strength to the lion and open the path. Acquire the melancholy soul. The character progression in these games is kind of similar if you close your eyes a little bit. Red orbs are clearly a universal path to power. I don't have a goddamn clue what they actually are and how they make you strong, but both of these lads have found a way to make it work. For Kratos, you pour these orbs into whatever ability you want to upgrade and boom, it's better. Your blades learn how to combo, your lightning is bluer, your ghosts are 10% more dead. It's incredible. Enemies and chests both give you these red orbs, while rarer chests will give you health and magic upgrades once you collect enough of them. Dante receives red orbs from enemies and an overall score that's given at the end of every mission, which is improved by completion time and combat performance. He can then spend these orbs in a sort of shop menu, where you can buy individual moves or upgrades for your weapons and Devil Trigger mode. There aren't any chests in DMC, but there are floating blue orbs that work exactly like Gorgon Eyes in God of War that increases your health after picking up 4 of them. By the way, the shop also carries game-breaking items. Basic stuff like replenishing health and Devil Trigger are pretty cool. And then there's Untouchable and Holy Water, which destroys everything on the screen. And I mean everything, but we'll get there later. I talked about this in my last video, but God of War has a smooth difficulty curve. It's a very natural progression, you know? You got little guy, bigger guy. Hold on, wait, what's happening? Holy shit, I'm quitting video games forever. DMC is more like little guy.
Barkius, consumer of light and souls.
Little guy.
Anime Satan.
There's also secret missions that you can find during the regular missions, which will have harder enemies lurking within. There's 10 of them total, allegedly. I found 1. Fucking failed it. Didn't pass. Felt stupid. It's not even my fault, dude. I open the door, it says, hey, take out these 2 guys. I'm like, alright, bet. I walk into the room and there's 2 huge spiders, so I'm already freaking out. I go goblin mode, take out the first one. Now we're in demon hours. I take out the second one, leave the room, and I lost. And I failed, and I don't know why, but it's fucking funny, man. It made me laugh. Dude, I forgot to mention the other weapons. That's my bad, brother. Kratos uses the Blades of Chaos until about halfway through the game when you receive the Blade of Artemis, a 2-handed sword that is, yeah, I mean, it's in the game for sure, and they let you use it. I don't know why you would, honestly. I've never liked it, and I'm not gonna start now. For me, DMC is the complete opposite. I don't really vibe with the main sword in this game that much. The electric version is cool, and it's my favorite out of the 3 that you end up getting, but brother, give me the Ifrit. You're telling me I can punch everything with fire and I don't even have to apologize later because they fucking exploded? This thing rocks. You suck. All right, now I want to talk about the stories in these games for a second. God of War's plot is told almost entirely through flashbacks and cutscenes that cover a very brief recap of how Kratos came to serve Ares. And the few people Kratos talks to in the present are usually just like, get a load of this Ares guy, huh? Bit of a bozo. Nah, but he did blow up my town though. DMC's story is somehow both simple and confusing, also hilarious. That was 6 cuts in 5 seconds. Plus the stuff with Trish is a big hey yo.
Because you look like my mother.
Here, I'll explain the plot of this game real quick. Dante meets Trish, they teleport to an island, he fights like 3 guys 10 times each. Mundus is a triangle, never mind he's a spaceship. Okay, but for real, he's a volcano, and then Trish is your mom. Tell me I'm wrong, dude, go ahead.
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light.
I don't know what he's talking about, but I'm crying now. God of War has a lot of visually distinct locations, which is a big plus in my book. You've got the boat section, where you're adrift at sea. The city of Athens, where people trip over waist-high walls. The desert of lost souls, where fun goes to die. You get the idea. There's a lot of places, and most of them are pretty nice to look at. I said most, not all, okay? Desert? Jesus. DMC takes place almost entirely within this castle, and don't get me wrong, it's a big fucking castle, brother. But there's not too much visual variety here. At least not until you get to hell and pulsate the heart, or whatever the fuck this is. What else have we got here? Oh yeah, the boss fights. God of War has 3 boss fights, which is not a lot. In fact, it's only 3. The Hydra, which is at the start and very easy. The Minotaur, which is like 80% of the way through and a little tough. And Ares, which is a complete disaster, and I hate him so much. But you only fight these guys once each. You win, they lose, it's over forever. DMC is the complete opposite. You've got the Phantom, the Black Knight, the Griffin, Nightmare, and the one ring to rule them all, Mundus. Let's use the Phantom for our example. The first time he shows up is his boss fight in Mission 3, where he gets his ass beat so severely that he just leaves. Here he is in Missions 4, 7, 8, and 16. Honestly, just take the fucking hint, brother. Every boss is like this. You're gonna fight Black Knight like 5 times over the course of 2 hours. And if you're anything like me, he's probably gonna kick your ass every time. No. You might have been able to tell by the footage in the video, but I am not very good at this game. It's hard for me to assess the difficulty a new player would have in God of War at this point because I've been playing it for 20 years. Wait, what? Is that true? Oh my. But I can tell you what it's like to be a newish DMC1 player in 2025. Absolutely crazy. I am getting slammed, beamed, shot, birded. They birded me. And anytime you die, you have to restart the entire mission from the beginning. Let me tell you, brother, it begins to wear you down. The salty runbacks after both killing the boss and losing will change a man. And by change a man, I mean into a cheater. Picture this, you're on mission 11, Ghost Ship. You're underwater for no reason. You go up top and there's Griffin for the 18th time, waiting to bird you. You've given it all you've got, but it's just not working. And then you spot it, hidden in the middle of your screen, right in front of you, not hidden at all. Holy water. Honestly, I don't know what I thought it was gonna do. Brother, it killed that fucking bird instantly. No effort, I win, see you later. I'd say this is when I became a villain. Anytime after this, if I didn't like the boss or was just a little hungry, boom, here go one more for y'all. Black Knight kicking my ass? Nope, now I'm invincible. Better luck next time, bozo. You want to see how I beat the final boss in this game? It's a little strategy I call buy 10 devil stars before the fight. Devil trigger for 25% of the boss's health, pop a devil star, do it again. Ignore all mechanics and beat the boss with pure skill. How did I fight the volcano version? The exact same way. Dude probably should have bought some untouchables from the shop, maybe he would have lived longer. Weirdly enough, both of these games end with the final boss exploding, so that's pretty cool, I guess. If I had to rate both of these games, I would give God of War 1 a 9 out of 10, and I would give Devil May Cry 1 a huh, or maybe a what? Don't worry, I'll get really good at it and give it a real score later. And if there are any ladies out there who want to fill my dark soul with light, please stay away from me.